Class 7 Geography, History, Class 7th NCRT, History, Chapter 4, Mughals, 16th to 17th century. Ruling as large as a territory as the Indian subcontinent with such a diversity of people and a culture. टेरिटरी बहुत बड़ा है, डाइवर्सिटी बहुत ज़्यादा है, कल्चर भी बहुत ज़्यादा है. Extremely difficult task for any ruler to accomplish in the Middle Ages. Quite in contrast to their predecessor, the Mughal created an empire and accomplished what had hitherto seemed possible for only a short period of time. From the latter half of the 16th century, they expanded their kingdom from the Agra and Delhi until the 17th century. They controlled nearly all of the subcontinent. They imposed structures of administration, ideas of governance that outcasted their rule, leaving in a political legacy that succeeding rulers of the subcontinent could not ignore. Today, the Prime Minister of India addresses the nation on the Independence Day from the ramparts of the Red Fort in Delhi, the residence of the Mughal Emperor. Okay. Who were the Mughals? The Mughals were descendants of the two great lineage of rulers. From their mother's side, they were descendants of Genghis Khan. Mughals were descendants of two great lineages. From their mother's side, they were descendants of Genghis Khan, who died in 1227. The Mughal ruler who ruled over parts of the China and the Central Asia. From their father's side, they were the successor of Timur, died 1494, the ruler of Iran, Iraq, modern day Turkey. However, the Mughal did not like to be called the Mughal or the Mongol. This was because Genghis Khan's memory was associated with the massacre of innumerable people. Father side Timur, who died in 1404. Okay, it was also linked with the Uzbeks, their Mongol competitor. On the other hand, the Mughals were proud of their Timurid ancestry, not least of all because their great ancestor had captured Delhi in 1398. They celebrated their genealogy pictographically, each ruler getting a picture made of Timur and himself. Mughal military campaign. Babur, the first Mughal emperor 1526 to 1530, succeeded to the throne of Fargana in 1494 when he was only 12 years old. He was forced to leave his ancestral throne due to the invasion of the another Mongol group, that is the Uzbek. After years of wandering, he seized Kabul in 1504. In 1526, he defeated the Sultan of the Delhi, Ibrahim Lodi at Panipat, and captured Delhi and Agra. Cannons were an important addition of the 16th century warfare. Baburs used them effectively in the first battle of Panipat. Now there were military campaigns under the Akbar and the Aurangzeb. This is your Kabul, this is Kandahar, ये है श्रीनगर कश्मीर 1586 में. दिस इज़ लाहौर पंजाब 1586 मतलब अकबर के टाइम पे. ये हो गया लाहौर के बाद पंजाब और ये यमुना पे पानीपत है, दिल्ली है, मथुरा है, फतेहपुर सिकरी है, आगरा है. इधर है राजस्थान में अम्बेर के नीचे अजमेर, यहाँ पे सिंध, यहाँ पे गुजरात. अम्बेर अजमेर चित्तौड़. उसके बाद फिर ये जो यमुना की एक ट्रिब्यूटरी है, दिस इज़ रणथंभौर. फिर यहाँ पे इलाहाबाद, नीचे है मालवा. दिस इज़ गुजरात. नाउ दिस इज़ बेरार. यहाँ पे है गोंडवाना, पटना, बंगाल, उड़ीसा. गोंडवाना. बेरार के नीचे अहमदनगर, बीजापुर, गोलकोंडा. Mughal tradition of succession. The Mughal did not believe in the rule of the primogeniture, where the eldest son inherited his father's estate. Instead, they followed the Mughal and the Timurid custom of co-parcenary inheritance, or division of the inheritance amongst all the sons. Which do you think is a fair division of inheritance, primogeniture or a co-parcenary? Mughal marriages with the Rajput. The mother of the Jahangir was a Kachhawa princess, daughter of the Rajput ruler of Amber. Amber पढ़ा ना ये, यहाँ देखो अम्बेर के नीचे अजमेर. Kachhawa princess, the daughter of the Rajput ruler of Amber, present day Jaipur. The mother of Shah Jahan was a Rathod princess, daughter of the Rajput ruler of Marwar, Jodhpur. Mughal relation with other ruler, primogeniture or co-parcenary. Mughal relation with other ruler. The Mughal ruler campaigned constantly against the rulers who refused to accept their authority, but as the Mughal became powerful, many other rulers also joined them voluntarily. The Rajputs are a good example of this. Many of them married their daughters into the Mughal families and received high position, but many resisted as well. The Sisodia Rajput of the Mewar refused to accept Sisodia of Mewar. They refused to accept the Mughal authority for a long time. Once defeated, however, they were honorably treated by the Mughals, given their lands Vatan back as assignment. Vatan Jagir, the careful balance between defeating and non-humiliating their opponents enabled the Mughals to extend their influence over many kings and achievements, but it was difficult to keep this balance all the time. Mansab Daj and the As the empire expanded to encompass different regions, the Mughal recruited diverse bodies of the people from a small nucleus of Turkish noble Turanis. They expanded to include Iranian, Indian, Muslim, Afghan, Rajput, Marathas, and the other group. Those who joined the Mughal services were enrolled as Mansabdar. The term Mansabdar referred to an individual who holds a mansab, meaning a position or a rank. It was a grading system used by the Mughal to fix the rank, their salary, military responsibilities. उनकी rank क्या है, salary क्यों नहीं मिलेगी, responsibilities क्या है. Rank and the salary were Determine a numerical value called Jat. The higher the Jat, the more prestigious was the noble's position in the court and the larger his salary. Noble of the Jat was 5,000 were ranked higher than those of 1,000 in Akbar's reign. There were 29 Mansabdar with the rank of 5,000 Jat. By Aurangzeb's reign, the number of Mansabdar had increased to 70 Mansabdars. There were 29, or Mansabdar had increased to 79, which would this have meant more expenditure? Okay, the Mansabdar's military responsibilities required to maintain a specified number of the Savar or the cavalrymen. The Mansabdar brought his cavalry for review, got them registered, their horses branded, and then received money to pay them as salary. As Mansabdar received their salaries as revenue assignment called Jagirs, which were somewhat like Iktas. But unlike Muktis, most Mansabdar did not actually decide in or administer their Jagir. They only had right to the revenue of their assignment, which was collected for them by the servant, while the Mansabdar are themselves served in some other part of the country. In Akbar reign, these Jagirs were carefully assessed so that the revenue were roughly जो जागीर था उनको केयरफुली असेस किया so that the revenues were roughly equal to the salary of the Mansabdar. By Aurangzeb reign, this was no longer the case, and the actual revenue collected was often less than the graded sum. There was a huge increase in the number of Mansabdar, which meant a long wait before they received a Jagir. These and other factors created a shortage in the number of the Jagir. As a result, many Jagirdars tried to extract as much revenue as possible while they had a Jagir. Aurangzeb was unable to control these developments in the last year of his reign, and peasantry therefore suffered tremendously. A Mansabdar was on march with his Sawar. Details from the miniature from Shah Jahan's reign depicting corruption in his father's administration. A corrupt officer receiving a bribe and a tax collector punishing poor peasant. Okay. The Chapt and Jamindar, the main source of income available to Mughal ruler was the tax on the produce of the peasantry. In most places, peasants paid taxes through their rural life, that is the headman or the local chieftain. The Mughal used one term Jamindar to describe all intermediaries, whether they were the local headmen for the village or the powerful chieftain. Akbar's revenue administrator Todamel carried out a very careful survey of crop yield, kitna prices hai and areas cultivated for a 10-year period 1570 to 1580. On the basis of the data, tax was fixed on each crop in cash. हर क्रॉप पे टैक्स फिक्स कर दिया इन कैश. ईच प्रोविंस was divided into revenue circle with its own schedule of revenue rate for individual crop. This revenue system was known as JAP. It was prevalent in those areas where Mughal administrator could survey the land and keep very careful account. This was not possible in the provinces such as Gujarat and the Bengal. In some areas, the Jamindar exercised a great deal of power. The exploitation of by Mughal administrators could drive them to rebellion. Sometimes Jamindars and the peasants of the same caste allied in rebelling against Mughal authority. These peasant revolts challenged the stability of the Mughal Empire from the end of the 17th century. Akbarnama and N.A. Akbari. Akbar ordered one of his close friends, courtier Abul Fazl, to write a history of his reign. Abul Fazl wrote a 3-volume of history of Akbar's reign titled Akbarnama. The first volume dealt with Akbar's ancestors, and the second volume recorded the events of the Akbar's reign. The third volume is the N.A. Akbari. It deals with Akbar's administration, his household, army, revenue, and the geography of his empire. It also provides the details about the tradition and the culture of the people living in India. The most interesting aspect about the N.A. Akbari is its rich statistical detail about the things as diverse as crop, yield, price, wage, and revenue. कितना yield, crop कौन सा yield कितना, उनका price क्या है, wage क्या है, revenue. Noor Jahan's influence in Jahangir's court. Manu Nisa married the Emperor Jahangir in 1611 and received the title Noor Jahan. She remained extremely loyal and supportive to the monarch. As a mark of honor, Jahangir struck silver coin bearing his own title on one side, and on the other the inscription stuck in the name of the Queen Begum Noor Jahan. The adjoining document is an ordered Farman of Noor Jahan. The square seal state commands of her most sublime and elevated majesty Noor Jahan's Padshah Begum. The round seal state by the son of Shah Jahangir, she became as brilliant as the moon. May Noor Jahan Padshah be the lady of the age. Noor Jahan's Farman. Sulaykul. Jahangir Akbar's son described his father's policy of Sulaykul in the following word. As in the wide expanse of the diverse compassion, there is room for all classes and the followers of all creed. Akbar's son described his father's policy of Sulaykul. As in the wide expanse of the divine compassion, there is room for all classes and the followers of all creed. So in his imperial dominion, which on all sides were limited only by the sea, there was a room for the professor of opposite religion and for belief, good and bad, and the road to intolerance was closed. Sunni and Shia met in one mosque, and Christians and Jews in one church to pray. He constantly followed the principle of universal peace, Sulaykul. The Mughal Empire in the 17th century and after the administration and the military efficiency of the Mughal Empire led to the great economic as well as the commercial prosperity. Military efficiency, administration and military efficiency economic and commercial prosperity. International travelers describe it as the fabled land of wealth, but these same visitors were also appalled at the state of poverty that existed side by side with the greatest opulence. The inequalities were glaring. Documents from the 20th year of the Shah Jahan's reign inform us that the highest ranking Mansabdar were only 45445 in number out of a total 8,000. This is a small number, a mere 5.6% of the total number of Mansabdar received 61.5% of the total estimated revenue of the empire as salaries for themselves and their troopers. So मतलब 5.6% को कितनी सैलरी मिल रही थी 61.5 पूरा रेवेन्यू लेके निकल जा रहे थे तो मुगल एम्प्रेस एंड द Mansabdar spent a great deal of their income on the salaries and the goods. This expenditure benefited the artisan and the peasantry who supplied them with goods and produce. But the scale of the revenue collection left very little for investment in the hand to the primary producer, the peasant and the artisan. The poorest among them lived from the hand to mouth and they could hardly consider investing in additional resources like tools and the supplies to increase their productivity. The wealthier peasantry and the artisan group, the merchant and the banker, they profited in this economic world. The enormous wealth and the resources commanded by the Mughal elite made them an extremely powerful group of people in the late 17th century. As the authority of the Mughal emperor slowly declined, his servants emerged as powerful centers of power in the power in the region. They constituted new dynasties and held the command of provinces like Hyderabad and Awadh. Although they continued to recognize the Mughal Empire in Delhi as their master, by the 18th century the province of the empire had consolidated their independent political identities. By the 18th century, the provinces of the empire had consolidated their independent political identities. Thank you.